Hello, welcome again to a senior's perspective with a twist. I'm Harry, and what we want to talk about today is senior citizens, I should say, and computers. That's a dreaded word for many today. Not all, but many of our senior citizens, we, I'm putting myself in there, sometimes have uh, negative feelings about having to use a laptop, a PC, a desktop, a computer. If you think about it, the modern day phone is a mini computer. It depends on what it's designed to do, what its function is. But computers for us seniors, senior citizens, can sometimes strike dread in us. What is a computer? A computer, as I read here, is an electronic device that can process and store information. The term PC stands for personal computer, and I have several of them. One I got recently because my other one was not working well, and I took it to the shop, and they worked on it. And when they got done with it, it's been to the shop like 3 or 4 times, and it seems like every time they get a hold of it, uh, seems like something else was wrong with it. Um, but computers help us to do things quickly. And computers, I know if you go way back, uh, the first computer that they had goes way back. I believe it might be in the 50s, but it was large, so large it was inside of a room. Computers, I believe it was in the 50s. I could be wrong, 50s, 60s, but they have scaled it down to where it you can hold it in the palm of your hand, and I'm talking about a phone now. That's what I'm using right now. This phone that I'm using is a good phone, uh, except for when I have problems with the audio. Uh, but a this phone is a camera. It's also a device that I can send messages on. I can send emails. I can send um, uh, photos. There's several things that I can do with this phone. It's a computer, but we're really not so much talking about the phone, but we're talking about literally a computer. Either it's a laptop or a desktop, and the laptop has been around. I think lesser time than the desktop. Technology has gotten so that computers, as far as like you can carry them around. I'm talking about like a notebook. Uh, you can carry them around literally. And but what is the problem with uh, us as seniors? What is it that causes us to have fear? Many of you have fear, and some won't even uh, try to learn, but because there's a mystique about computers for us as seniors. Some of us feel that the information that you have to try to learn is too complicated. Um, we have this mindset that technology, we're not familiar with it, and it scares us. And as a result, um, there's a fear in attempting to use a computer. Should we be afraid? I say no. Um, it seems like young people who have grown up with computers, say the last 10, 20 years, have an easier time. But we as um, seniors, um, we're on the back end of this thing, and our cognitiveness, our learning abilities, we think in our minds that it's something that we can't do. Now, I do understand the fact that as you get older, you're not as sharp as you once were, and that's where we're at, seniors. Those of us who are in our 60s, 70s, and up, we realize that um, things aren't as clear learning as they once were when we were coming up. And that's why you have our grandchildren seem to take right to it like a duck to water when it comes to learning about computers. Whereas we as seniors, on the other hand, not all of us, again, there are exceptions. There are some seniors that thrive right now on the computer and are sharp as a tack, but that's not the majority of us. The majority of us have issues with computers. And I mean, I do enough. I'm speaking for me now. I do enough to get on, find my way around the internet just a little bit, and I can send an email back and forth. I have my limitations. I do know a little bit about computers, yes, trial and error. Uh, but if we as seniors would, or those who are working with us, seniors, would just take the time, slow down, and make the screen larger, because some of us have vision issues. As we get older, our vision goes down, our cognitiveness goes down, our learning curve is not quite what it once was. We have issues trying to learn, and those who are teaching us need to be aware of that. It doesn't mean we're any less intelligent than younger folks. We're just saying that because of our age, and because we're coming up learning about, in other words, we're in the rear, we're bringing up the rear, so to speak, uh, that it takes a little more time for us to learn how to use and to get around on a computer. But we should not be afraid of a computer. Seniors, don't be afraid. Take your time. Go over something once, go over it twice. I confess that in one of my videos, I talked about my first new iPhone, and I still am learning on it. I picked up a few things, and it's a small computer. Those iPhones are loaded with a lot of abilities. Uh, Notice that I'm even at a lack for words because I don't use a computer that often. Um, but I'm saying that we can learn. Seniors, you can learn if you take the time, if you will allow them to make the screen bigger, because again, our vision, we need a little help. Uh, not, I'm not saying so much that we're handicapped. What I'm saying is that you're dealing with two sets of people. The younger people, they're growing up with it, with the computers. We seniors, we're on the back end of this, and we just need a little patience. We just need a little extra help. We need the screen to be made bigger. We need explanations made a little clear for us because we're seniors, and we just need a little extra help to help us get through this. We're apprehensive about learning something that's new and complex. Computers are complex. Yes, they are. And I've heard that there are some computers that I think, again, it's called the notebook. that it can be easier for a senior to learn than some of these other ones, other computers that are out. I'm not an expert, not claiming to be, but I do want to encourage senior citizens, that we too can learn to use a computer, and we should not be fearful. Um, we take our time, we write things down, um, we read over those again. We Notes are very helpful, whether you're on the computer or not. If you're learning something new, there's nothing wrong with taking notes. Sometimes people get embarrassed, especially seniors, that we have a harder time learning. We seemingly have a harder time learning something, picking things up, than people who are younger. We get embarrassed by that, by the fact that they seem to learn easier than we do. But a lot of things can be learned. It may take more time, but we still can pick it up. And we shouldn't be ashamed. Uh, we should have confidence that if I take my time, I can learn it just like the other person can. So don't be embarrassed. If you struggle, just take your time and know that you can learn this too. Sometimes you have to learn as much as you can in one day. You get tired, you stop, put it down. Tomorrow, pick it back up tomorrow. And the same thing you went over today that you didn't get, you didn't grasp it, do it again tomorrow. Tomorrow, you may get it. And they say something about, I think it was Thomas Edison, that he did an experiment on the light bulb. And it wasn't until something like the 1,000th time, I believe, that he was successful in inventing the light bulb. I think 1,000 times he had to do some kind of experiment before he actually invented the light bulb. Now, I'm not saying it's going to take you 1,000 times or me 1,000 times, but it may take longer than people who are younger for us to learn it. Nothing to be ashamed of. But we are dealing with several items that we as seniors are dealing with. Our age, our reasoning ability, our cognitive ability, our eyes we deal with. As I said, we sometimes feel embarrassed that we don't catch on quite as easy as some others do. Now, this is not all seniors, but it may be a good number of us. But the thing is, these things can be tackled. They can be harnessed. They can be learned by us, seniors, if we only take the time. We need to start slowly and write things down. Get an instructor that will go slowly. You know what bothers me when I'm trying to learn something on the laptop? These people that talk so fast. And they act like you already know what they're talking about. They need to slow down. And I have to go over sometimes a video that's trying to teach me something 3, 4, 5 times before I can catch it, because they talk so fast. They talk as if everybody will understand them and knows exactly what they're talking about, where it's located on the screen, and that's not so. They need to slow down. That's my advice for some of these individuals who are instructing others how to learn something on the computer and giving instructions. And I find that a problem. I'm making a complaint. I wish y'all slow down. Hold up for us who are coming up from behind. Us senior citizens need a little help. We need a little TLC when it comes to dealing with learning computers. And again, it's nothing to be ashamed of, because you'll find some older senior citizens are sharp when it comes to computers. Uh, that's a fact. Some are still working. Some are still using computers. And sometimes it may take them a little longer to learn something, but once they catch on to it, hey, they're just as sharp as the younger folk. All because they took their time. Uh, we seniors can learn basics, basic functions of computers. Like I said, I know how to get around somewhat on the internet and find what I'm looking for. Google it. Certain words I put in, that if you put in, something will come up, and then I've learned how should I say it, to mark the program. Where if I want to look at it later, I can, and I've learned, to mark it up there on the right hand corner. I go up there. There's this I don't know if it's an emoji or whatever it is, but it's a round circle like thing. It's not a circle, but you could just punch that, and the program that I'm looking at is saved. And I'm just saying, as a senior citizen, I've learned that. I know that probably some of the younger people who may be watching my video, may laugh at that. Uh, but that's something I consider as a senior an accomplishment, where I can go back and look at the program. Uh, I got a whole row up at the top on my laptop that has all the programs that I've been looking at, and I just take my mouse, go over to it, punch it. It's that top row up there. Notice I'm not using all them technical terms. I'm a senior. I don't know them, but I do know how to get around, like I said, on my laptop. And again, it's nothing, senior, to be ashamed of if we don't know all the technical terms, but we still know how to get what we want on the laptop, on the PC, on the desktop, on the computer. And that's the most important thing, is getting around on your device and accomplishing what you want to do on it. So we seniors need to learn how to open and close windows. Those are basics. We need to learn to manage our files, like photos and documents and text messages. We need to learn to print documents. I do print documents. I have my HP copy machine, and I can take my USB cord, connect it to the laptop and to the computer, and I print documents all the time when they're needed. Again, that's come through trial and error, and that's what we as seniors, just face it, if you're going to be using the computer, you're going to have to just simply take your time and learn these things. And it can be done. We shouldn't be afraid of it. And if we take our time, and if people take their time and are patient with us, we can be successful, just as successful as the next person. Also, we as seniors can pick certain, ask for help when we go to the computer store. Ask for help in which one would be a senior citizen or senior friendly, when we look at or going to pick a particular type, brand of a laptop, so that we can, when we buy it and we start using it, we don't get stumped to the point where we just leave the thing in the room and don't ever use it. But when you go into the store to buy the laptop or PC or your desktop, ask questions. Ask what would be the most helpful for a senior. These kind of things we can do when we go in to the store to get a laptop. So this really covers basics. These are basics. I've just skimmed the surface, talking about senior citizens and computers. There's nothing to be afraid of, senior. If we just get some help, ask for help. It could be the store person, clerk. It could be a friend, a young person who knows about computers. Ask them to help you. Ask them to go with you to the store if you want to buy one. Or if you don't want to buy one right now, go to the library. Ask for help. Uh, there are many options for us as seniors to get acquainted with and to use computers with confidence. And again, we shouldn't be ashamed. Just take our time, get the help we need, and I would think that you will be successful in your endeavors to use a computer. Okay? I say thank you for viewing and watching this video today. If you have not subscribed, I ask that you will subscribe to my channel. If you have a comment you'd like to make, we welcome your comments, and we say thank you for watching and viewing with us today, and have a good day.